The other person that I'd like to introduce is one of my advanced trained quantum neurology practitioners. His name's Dr. Chris Cormier. He's from Louisiana, and he is specializing in, endocrine work with people. And he's been incorporating zero-point technology into the work that he's doing and having phenomenal results. And I'd love for him to share a little bit of his experience. Are you there, Chris?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much for that introduction, Dr. Gonzalez. And, it's just phenomenal. I've been practicing quantum neurology now. I've been in practice for over 12 years, but I've been doing quantum neurology for about 2.5 years. And it truly is the most amazing thing I've ever done in my practice. And so with quantum neurology, I never thought we'd see another tool come to the surface that would really generate these results we're seeing with nerves. And, suddenly enter zero-point energy. And now we've got this amazing tool that's just generating these amazing clinical results we're seeing with patients. So, I too was skeptical, even though Dr. Gonzalez told me about it. I trust him implicitly. But, with these technologies, you just feel like you need to test them out. And so there's no better testing atmosphere than your patient base. And, me having a large patient base, being able to test this on patients on a daily basis was just fantastic. And so one of the first patients I worked with, this lady comes in and she's an elderly lady. I've seen her for years. I haven't seen her in probably about a year. And all of a sudden she comes in and she's got terrible pain in her foot. And so without telling her at all what the wand was or what zero-point energy was, I just said, let's go ahead and have a seat. And I literally just took the wand and started wanding over her foot. And it wasn't even 60 seconds. This lady had 10 out of 10 pain in her foot, and it had been that way for over a month. And so she immediately, I had her stand up, didn't even tell her what I was doing, had her stand up and just said, how does it feel now? Her pain went down to a 0 within that short period of time. And she's walking around the office and just astonished. Well, she comes back a week later, and she's only got a 3 out of 10. It only come back to a 3. And so she's already bought a wand as well, and now she's using it at home. I mean, it is just a tremendous tool. And since that time, that's been over a couple months ago, I've just seen extraordinary results with so many different conditions just by simply, using this tool on patients. Just last week, I had a patient coming in. She had tremors in both of her hands. And literally just, I said, I'm not sure how this is going to affect you. I just want to see what it does. So my staff, one of my nurses is in the room with me. And so immediately just wand one of her hands. And within 30 seconds, the tremor stops. And, I mean, I was just, my nurse in the room could not believe it. I mean, she was just freaked out. And the other hand still has tremors. And so the patient's eyes are huge. My nurse's eyes are huge. My eyes are huge. And I don't know how to say, it's just absolutely amazing. So I wand the other hand, and within 30 seconds, that one stops. And 30 minutes later, when the patient's leaving, her hands still aren't tremoring. So those are just a couple of tidbits. I had another patient this afternoon I saw that went from a 10 out of 10 in his lower back, and it was radicular pain down into his leg. When I got finished with him using the zero-point energy, it's 0 out of 10. It was amazing, stood up and walked around. So the results we're seeing with this zero-point energy are just absolutely amazing. And just believe that zero-point energy you're energizing certain portions of the body with this wand. And with this zero-point energy, it's just starting this amazing energetic response that people are getting. And so we're just so excited to be a part of it. Thanks so much for having me on the call.